It was just past midnight when the city lights flickered against the rain-washed pavement, and Raymond Callister, the billionaire real estate mogul, left the gala alone, his driver trailing quietly behind him in the long black car. The night was unusually cold for August, and something about the air made him roll down the window and breathe it in raw damp and honest. It reminded him of things he'd spent decades trying to forget. As they approached Maple Avenue just blocks from his estate, a flicker of motion on the sidewalk caught his eye. At first, he thought it was a stray dog curled up beside a dumpster. But as they passed, the dim light from the street lamp revealed something else. A woman, small frame, shivering, barely protected by a torn shawl. "Stop the car," Raymond said, sharply. The driver braked immediately. Raymond got out, ignoring the puddles soaking into his Italian leather shoes. He stepped closer, his heart suddenly pounding. He knew that face. The soft features, the dark hair tied back hastily, the calloused hands. Maria, he whispered. It was her. His maid, Maria, had worked in his mansion for almost 3 years, quiet, precise, and invisible, like most people in service positions were trained to be. He remembered seeing her every morning in the hallway, greeting him with a polite smile. Her eyes always tired, but never complaining. Now she was asleep on the street. Alone in the cold, Maria. He knelt beside her, shaking her gently. She gasped, awake, startled, and tried to get up quickly, ashamed. "Sime, sorry, I didn't think you'd. Please don't fire me. I was just resting. On the street, he asked, confused and furious, not at her, but at himself, for not knowing. Tears filled her eyes. "My landlord raised the rent. I couldn't afford it. I tried sleeping in a shelter, but they were full tonight. I didn't want to tell anyone. I didn't want to lose the job. I didn't want pity." Raymond was silent for a moment, a storm churning inside him. This woman cleaned his marble floors while she had nowhere to sleep. She polished his chandeliers while skipping meals. And she'd done it all without ever asking for help. What he did next stunned her hand, the entire city. When the story got out, he didn't offer her a raise. He didn't just get her a room at a hotel. He brought her home, not to the servants' quarters, not to the guest wing. He walked her into the front door of his mansion, past the grand piano and the glittering staircase, into a room he hadn't opened in over 10 years, his late daughter's old room. Soft blue walls, a canopy bed, a window facing the garden. "This is your room now," he said. "Sir, I can't." "You can," he said firmly. "You've taken care of my home for years. Let me take care of yours." The next morning, Raymond did more unthinkable things. He transferred the deed to one of his smaller townhouses into her name, fully paid, no strings. He enrolled her in night school when he found out she'd always dreamed of becoming a nurse, even hired 2 other housekeepers to share her workload. When the press got hold of the story, they flooded his gates, asking why a billionaire would do such a thing. He looked into the cameras and said quietly, "Because the richest people I've met never had money. They had heart. And Maria's got more heart than I ever did." From that day on, Maria never had to sleep on the street again, and Raymond Callister, the man known for building skyscrapers, found peace not in steel or stone, but in one quiet act of humanity that changed both their lives forever.